Hi everybody, this is Piyush today with us. We will talk about his startup K Medical, and we will talk about his team, goals, and product. Welcome to Startup Bright.
Thank you very much, Nick.
At Startup Bright, we give more time to founders to talk about their companies. You and I met at Kodu Startups event, right? And they give 3 minutes to pitch your company, and then you have about 2 minutes to
Answer
Q&A, answer questions. The goal of Startup Bright is to give you more time to talk about your startup, your team, marketing strategy, just enough time to explain to potential investors your idea and the product that you're building. So feel free and pitch your company.
Thank you very much, Nick. I appreciate Startup Bright doing this for founders of startups, and excellent opportunity. Let me get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Piyush Sheth. I'm the founder and CEO of K Medical. K Medical is focused on helping the elderly population and the aging population in the US and globally. Our vision is to solve the most compelling problems of the aging population. One of the key projects that we are focused on is helping the immobile and the handicapped and the elderly population who are bedridden and they develop bed sores on their back. Imagine how frustrated we get when we sit in traffic for an hour, and imagine the life of these people who are in their beds, who cannot move and are restricted either due to some sort of handicap or some sort of disability that they have, or a surgery that they went through and they have to be in the bed for days, weeks, or months together. These patients develop bed sores, and bed sores are medically known as pressure ulcers. Just like the term, it's an ulcer that is formed because of the unrelieving pressure on the back of the patient's body that's resting on a bed. The blood capillaries in the back of the body, in the bony areas, they can only sustain pressure for few hours, especially in the areas where the skin is thin, meaning bony areas where there's not enough skin thickness. They tend to pressurize the capillaries, and that causes blockage of the blood flow and becomes an ulcer and forms bed sores. Our vision is to solve this problem, not only treat the problem, but prevent bed sores. And we have an exciting technology that will help eliminate bed sores. 2.5 million patients in the US have experience of bed sores every year. Healthcare cost is $11 billion for treating bed sores in the US alone. About 20,000 to 150,000 per patient is spent on treating bed sores in the immobile population or the bedridden population. There are lawsuits against the skilled nursing facilities and against the private home care companies, alleging them for negligence of patient care by not turning them enough or not treating them adequately to prevent bed sores. And each lawsuit costs the facility defending themselves in settlements of anywhere from $250,000 per lawsuit to $385 million per lawsuit. And this is a huge problem. Our goal is to prevent bed sores and prevent these challenges that the nursing homes and the elderly care facilities have. And very importantly, to help the nurses and the caregivers to not have to turn the patients every 2 hours and relieve them of this hardship of trying to move the patient every 2 hours. This is a benefit of what we are doing, and we hope to improve the lives of the aging population. And I'll talk a little bit about the technology that we are using. So we have technology called compliant mechanisms, which essentially is technology to make flexible structures. And it is very exciting to know that these technology can be incorporated into a mattress underlay. And this mattress underlay will actually help alleviate the pressure on the back of the patient body by alternating the pressure points. So this grave problem of bed sores happens because the patient is lying on the bed, and we cannot get rid of that state of body. I mean, he has to lay on the bed, or he has to lay on a couch, or he has to sit on a chair. And the only way to address this is to alternate the pressure points on the back of the body. And that's what we will be doing very effectively without using power, or without using electronics, or without using airbeds, or alternating pillows on the bed, alternating pressure pillows on the bed. We will be achieving this very smartly by using compliant mechanics, which is technology that's developed by Dr. Jonathan Hopkins, who is my technical advisor for K Medical. And he has his PhD from Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Boston, and he's a professor at University of California, Los Angeles. And he is very accomplished, and he was awarded Young Entrepreneur, Young Scientist Award by Barack Obama. And I'm also very excited to have Dr. Carl Steinberg, who is the clinical advisor, as one of the advisors for the startup. And we are all geared towards solving the problem of bed sores, and we care and we deliver. So our message is that we care for the elderly and we believe in delivering. And our product will cost no more than $700. It will be very competitive and highly compelling product compared to the existing technologies out there. There is products which are like low air loss mattresses and the so-called alternating pressure mattresses. They range anywhere from $100 to $1,000. But time and time, over and over again, every new product has been challenged to prevent bed sores, and they have not. So alternating pressure mattresses use alternating pillows. Not only that's very uncomfortable, but it does have air valve leakage issues because it's an air bed or an air pillow that's alternating, and it has the challenges of using an air pump. An air pump is noisy, and imagine having to lay on the bed besides that noisy air pump for months together. It's not pleasant, and this is a huge challenge to have a product that is user-friendly, that helps the caregivers, alternates the pressure points on the back of the body. And we have also put technology where it is required, which is we want to capture the pressure alternation frequency and get it wirelessly delivered to a remote database where we can record how many times the pressure was altered, pressure points were altered. And we will also monitor the pressure on the back of the body by using a pressure sensitive film in the underlay, and that will actually tell you on a screen where the pressure points are high, and it will alarm you when the pressure points are high for a long enough duration that it's time to alter the pressure points. So it will alarm you to do that. And one of the fascinating things about compliant mechanics is that to alternate the pressure points on the back of the body, it requires very little effort. The amount of effort it takes is about equivalent to opening a desk drawer. Imagine a 300-pound patient laying on a bed and you have to turn him around. You need like 6 people to do that. Yeah. And our mattress will actually alternate the pressure points, and you will be able to do with a flick of a lever. And the lever on the side of the bed could either be activated by the patient himself or a caregiver, and it will switch the pressure points on the back of the body.
Let me ask you, how did you come up with this idea?
So I've been working on this product for 2 years, but before I tell my work on this, my younger son is 2 years old, and as soon as he was born, like 5 months after his birth, he went through a surgery. He went through his first surgery of the intestine, and he was resting after the surgery, and within 3 days of his surgery, he had bed sores on the back of his neck. That moved me, and I couldn't believe that
there was a solution already for. I see.
Exactly. I couldn't believe that there's no solution for this, and I did my research, and I found out that there are products which are totally incompatible for different demographics and different age groups. Not only that, there is a huge assumption around the devices that are being sold in the market for billions of dollars that they will help with the problem, but there is very poor outcome and review of the products that exist in the market. I was very not only shocked by the state of the tools available or the equipment available to prevent this kind of situation. And myself being a medical device professional, I've been in the medical device industry for all my career, and I'm a principal product developer with extensive R&D leadership experience, and my focus is therefore to come up with a product. And I came up with several different concepts, and I have 2 fully granted patents which are owned by myself, and then we also have several provisional patents, most of them owned by me and some co-owned with other individuals. And the latest and the greatest is the bed using the compliant mechanisms, which is also a patent pending, i.e. it is a provisionally patented design, and we are looking forward to getting this off the ground and making a huge dent in the industry.
Who is in your team? You already mentioned that you have some support by academia people. Do you have anybody else that can help you with marketing and bringing this product to hospitals?
So right now I'm partnered with Dr. Hopkins, who is technical advisor, and then we have Dr. Carl Steinberg, who is a clinical advisor. Excellent, smart individuals. We are not partnered with anybody who can help us market the product, and we are interested in partners who can help us do that. That's where we want to start navigating the path to getting the right partners. Since you mentioned marketing, I'll tell you one thing that I believe is true for this example, that it is a huge unmet need. And it's unbelievable that humankind has dealt with it for centuries and not really has solved the problem. And it is not an easy problem to solve. I mean, there are you will see in literature and you will see in websites, and there are some products. There are like hoists that actually lift the patient up in like a hammock, and it's unbelievable that people go through this gruesome disease and not have a solution for it. And I'll mention that the product will sell itself from the standpoint of being able to solve a problem. But of course, there is marketing required, and because it's a product that actually is not only marketed to private buyers. I mean, we strongly believe that this will be a bed that is affordable to private buyers, but we also believe to get reimbursement codes, just like the alternating pressure mattresses, for Medicare and Medicaid to reimburse this. And our primary targets are skilled nursing facilities, private home care companies, private buyers, and hospitals. And these, the three of these four together account for 10,000 accounts, meaning there are 2,000 hospitals in the US, 2,000 skilled nursing facilities in the US, and 3,000 private home care companies in the US. And each of them, if they buy 30 mattress underlays, that's a gross revenue of $210 million. And this is, I would say, that very conservative estimate, given that we are assuming 30 mattress underlays per facility.
Have you talked to any of these hospitals, any of these facilities, if they will be interested, if they feel the need for your product?
Yeah, so I have spoken to skilled nursing facilities. Dr. Steinberg happens to be a medical director of 3 different skilled nursing facilities himself, and I have spoken to private home care companies. I've spoken to nurses who work at the private home care companies, and I have spoken with several individuals who have seen the need for a product for their loved ones, just like I did. And all of them have come up with the notion that there is no real solution for this unmet need. There are products like the silica bead based air fluidized bed. It's a super expensive bed. It's only bought by large hospitals, not even typical hospitals. I'm talking like Cedars-Sinai or the Children's Hospital, Los Angeles, big hospitals. They will have that kind of facility because it costs a lot. And it used to cost $30,000 per bed for that air fluidized bed. Now it has come down to like $10,000. But again, they weigh, they not only are expensive, but they weigh 500 kilograms, half a ton. So to bring or move that bed is just impossible. So these big hospitals provide time on the bed for their aging, for their population who wants to use it. So they don't assign those beds until the pressure ulcers are at stage 4, which is practically the point of no return.
I see.
And I forgot to mention this, that there are 60,000 deaths every year in the US as a direct result of bedsores. Coming back to your question about talking to the different facilities and what did they have to say, they strongly believe that if there is a compelling product which prevents bedsores, they will buy it and they will use it for their patient population.
Okay. Do you already have a product? Do you have a prototype? Where do you stand with your product development?
So right now, we have been working, gearing up to get the seed money to build the prototype. We have a concept. We have 3 patents, 2 fully granted, 1 provisional patent. And we have partnered with University of California, Los Angeles, and we have interest in getting seed money so that we can build the prototype, and we have infrastructure from the university to build the prototype. We also have facilities from Dr. Steinberg at his skilled nursing facility. We can experiment with the bed. We are ready to take on this opportunity, and we want to build the prototype and get the evaluation done as soon as possible, so that we can accomplish two things. One is that we want to do a trial for anywhere from 10 to 30 patients to lay on this mattress and show that the mattress is effective and does not have any and actually prevents bed sores. And we want to get this process going. And me and my founders are anxiously waiting to get this off the ground.
Okay. Is this like a full mattress, or this is a layer that you put on top of a mattress?
So this is a full mattress, with a foam top. So just like memory foam mattresses, it will have a memory foam top, but the underlying spring structure, like in old spring mattresses, will be replaced with this compliant mechanics.
I see. And does it shift from one configuration to another, or it has random configurations inside? Like the question, I guess, is you have a support on specific points, and then you shift to different points, but they're always shifting back and forth between these 2 points, or the construction allows for more random distribution of support points?
Great question. So the design that we have currently allows for alternating pressure points. So it just switches between two different states, and that is not set in stone. Meaning we could make various other configurations. We could, let's say, break the mattress into 3 different portions, and we could have 3 different levers to change the pressure points to be more in the back, more number of pressure points in the back, a less number of pressure points under the neck or the head.
So you can section the mattress.
Section the mattress.
I see. All right. This sounds like a very noble idea, a noble product, and I really hope that you can find the right investor, not just investor, but you need the right investor. What are you looking for right now? Like, what kind of investment are you looking for?
It's primarily for prototype development, and we will be using the funds for legal and consulting work. We will be using it for prototype development, and within prototype development, we'll do it in 2 parts. The first part being creating the pattern of alternating pressure points that we want. So we will build a bed using bolts, nuts and bolts, that actually create those pressure points at in an array along the mattress, and we will volunteer to sleep on the mattress and alternate those pressure points while we are taking the pressure measurements using the pressure sensitive film. On a computer screen, we will be seeing how the pressure is, how the body is reacting to pressure and how the pressure is reacting to the body. So we'll get those maps, and we'll identify the spacing of between the different pressure points that is ideal for our patients. And once we figure that, we will be using compliant structures, which is the basis of our work. We will be creating EDM or stamped. EDM is a process just like stamping and cutting sheet metal. We will cut the sheet metal into shapes that will be assembled into the underlay, and we will build 10 of those. So our first goal is to build one, but as soon as we want to build 10 to get our initial set of clinical trials accomplished. So there are 3 buckets of where we will be spending this 300,000. One is legal and consulting work. Number 2 is prototype development and prototype building, tooling, non-recurring engineering cost, and all of that. And number 3 is for engineer and coordinator to help with this project.
All right. Again, I wish you good luck, and I hope that Startup Bright was able to help you finding the right investor. And I'm looking forward to have another conversation with you in a couple of months and see where you stand with your product. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nick. I truly appreciate it.